Hey everybody, welcome to Life's Journey at 50. Hey, so I've just completed probably a grueling 7 to 8 days, and at least for me it was. Might not be for some others, but it is for me. And so I had the opportunity to go out to D.A.R.T, Bill Dragoo training out in Oklahoma a weekend ago, and that would have been the first weekend in May. And so had a great time. Yeah, I had to look at my watch here real quick to make sure I got the right dates. But went out to Oklahoma, rode out there on one day, I don't know, 900 plus miles. Had the great opportunity to take in their second day training, which was on a Saturday, and you'll see that as the days progress here on the channel. And again, thanks for stopping by. If you don't subscribe, please do. Hit the like button, get notified, be fantastic. I really appreciate it. Again, just a novice YouTuber, content creators, what they say, I guess. I try to keep it real world and kind of just my experiences as I've been doing this for a little over a year now. So, but back to my story is, so I rode out to Oklahoma. Had to, luckily spent day 2 with the Dragoo team. Bill, his son Ben, there was Zeke, we had Vernon, I think Michael was there as well. The second, when I was there for more of the expert training on Monday and Tuesday, Charlie, his son Cody, was there as well. And then obviously Mark and his lovely wife Susan really helped with logistics and just really putting it all together. So anyways, great team at the D.A.R.T Dragoo training. And the reason for this content is that I went out there, saw day 2. We had a garage day on Sunday, which was absolutely fantastic. If you are interested in trying to learn, learning how to change a tire when you're out in in the environment, out on your adventure, tips and tricks on maybe packing, some things that Bill and the team travel with as they do it. We talked about tires and all kinds of stuff. That was really interesting and fun. They're very gracious people to host at their house and let people kind of sit in the garage and kind of see what goes on. And then we had what they call level 3, and Monday and Tuesday was excellent training, just as what I witnessed on day 2. And I'm sure day 1 was the same thing, but on day 3, the expert stuff, on that Monday, Tuesday, we did like rocks, and it was pretty heavy rain we got in Norman, Oklahoma. It was really nice. So went through that, a lot of techniques, a lot of things. It was really good. You guys will see that in the videos. Sand day was on that Tuesday. Unbelievable day to learn everything you wanted to learn in the sand. Didn't realize Oklahoma had that much sand. It was fantastic. So I still have some ribs. Bill and Ben will probably laugh, and the rest of the crew that was there. My ribs are still hurting. And that probably didn't help any, because I came back and basically had about a 24, 36 hour piece at my house, and packed up and went to Tom Asher's training. If you guys don't know, Bill, I think, was a 2010 GS Trophy person. Tom Asher does his training. He's more focused in the Midwest and on the East Coast. And he's done some other things, but Tom is a 2016 GS Trophy guy. And Tom's approach, and I went through all 3 days of his. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And so you will see different techniques. You'll see different ways to go about training. And the reason why I'm doing this little intro video to everybody is I'm going to show a couple clips from the different experiences I had at both. But realistically, and I'm also, because I don't, as a inexperienced YouTuber, I didn't really save a lot of footage or have footage from my days at the BMW training. So I will have that as one of my early videos that you can click on, and I'll grab one of the days that I was at the BMW training. So I've been through all three. Very unique, very different approaches. One's obviously more corporate driven, the BMW experience, which is absolutely fantastic. Bill and their team, I think, do a mix of both a little bit of that training as well as immersion, like real world stuff, especially as you progress through, especially on the, advanced or the, the level 3 training. And then Tom Asher's is all realistically real world stuff. He'll spend a little bit of time on just some of the quick fundamentals, really to see how good of a rider you are, to know how much he could push people. But I would tell you, as someone has been doing this for about 13, 14 months now, it is imperative that you do training, and as much as you possibly can. And again, I don't care if you've been doing this for 6 months, 13, 14 months, or you've been doing it for 13, 14, 15 years. You might think you have a motocross background. You might think, I do enough adventure, stuff I get out there. Let me tell you something. You can always learn from everybody. So whether you're going to the BMW experience, you're going to Bill's team, the D.A.R.T team, you're doing Tom Asher's, I know I think it's West 38 Moto. There's other folks across the country. There's different tips, techniques, things that you might pick up differently from somebody else that you would with somebody else, but you can never stop learning. And I learned so much over these last 8 days that reinforced the things that I learned last year, because I did take, again, last year I took the BMW piece, and then at Whale and Wayne Weekend, if you don't know much about it, check it out, Whale and Wayne Weekend. Chad Warner runs that. But I did a little bit of the D.A.R.T training there. They had about a 4-hour session, and we also made a ride with Zeke and the team. Charlie was there, and I think Charlie and them will be there this year as well at Whale and Wayne. But you can never learn enough. So I would tell you that as you are going through this adventure, if that's really what you want to do, I would tell you to take as much training as possible. It never stops. You also should continue to train if you can, whether it's if you have a big enough backyard or you've got a facility around you to do that. I think it'd be fantastic, and I just believe that you can't have enough training. And I was with some experienced people, some folks that have been riding for a long time, some folks that have been in doing this, that have done multiple BDR, some haven't. I've been fortunate enough to just do one. I'm going to do a couple more this year. And the reason why I'm doing a couple more this year is because I'm going through this type of training to better myself. So when I am in situations, I kind of have some different techniques to learn and to use out there. So in my videos over probably the next 2 to 3 weeks, you will see Bill and his team kind of go through their process and kind of the things that we did on certain days and things. I will break that up into multiple days. On Tom's, I will break it up on multiple days and give you guys a view and a taste of kind of what it is. Now, I'm not going to give you the full Monty because it's proprietary. I don't want to ruin Bill or Tom's what they teach and train, but you guys will get a good flavor for what goes on and give them credit for what they do, because it is a difficult task to teach these techniques and to have people grasp them. And, they have to put them in layman's terms. And sometimes, certain phrases or certain things work for certain people, right? And we all learn differently. So I would tell you that, again, you cannot have, and I'm sorry for the dinging, getting text here early in the morning, but yeah, I cannot tell you enough that training is a key aspect if you're going to do adventure riding, because you will face certain situations. And if I would have had these classes from both training sessions, I probably would not have hurt my knee 3 weeks prior on the Mid-Atlantic BDR. And you guys have probably seen that. If you haven't, check it out. It's It's the Jeep section on Section 8 in Mid-Atlantic BDR. I would have probably ridden that section a little bit differently. I probably would have done something a little bit differently. And it wasn't so much my bike falling over on my knee, it was kind of where I planted my foot and it slid down into a rut and stuff like that. But what caused me to do that was some imbalanced techniques, throttle control, which Ben and Bill Dragoo really helped me on that, and then I enhanced it working with Tom a few days later. And if I would have had some of those techniques, I think it would have been better. I was tired at the end of Tom's classes this past weekend. I was exhausted. Again, whether it's out of shape, going to be 55 years old here next month or whatever, but I would tell you that I was exhausted going through that training with Bill and their team, basically having 36-hour turnaround time and then going and going through Tom's class. Probably wasn't the smartest idea. If you don't have to do it, don't. I would definitely take a week's break or so in between just to give your body some time to recoup, because you can go do a BDR and kind of get, do that because you've got some breaks there. You can ride some tarmac or gravel roads or whatever. But when you're really doing some physical training, dropping your bike, and you will drop your bike, you're dropping your bike, your concentration effort, everything. As those days wear down, you start to mentally and physically just are exhausted. And on day 3 for Tom's, and I really am bummed a little bit about it because there were a couple of things that I tried and didn't accomplish. There was 2 things on Tom's that I did not accomplish, and part of it was, and one of them I was all the way to the top and I just ran out of steam. And I think mentally and physically, it wasn't in my heart that day. And you'll see a little bit of that on day 3 on Tom's. But yeah, I learned a lot, and I would just tell you that do as much training as you can. You don't know what you're going to face out in an adventure world, because I would tell you also a lot of this stuff will come in handy whether you're solo or with a group. Preferably if you're doing adventure riding, you should always try to buddy up with somebody, because there are certain situations you can get yourself into that you just can't get it done by yourself. And it's okay to make mistakes, and you learn from them. And those are the times to do it is during the training, and so you can learn different things. So again, enough of that. I'm going to put a couple clips in here just to kind of show you what it's all about. And then as you see over the next couple of weeks, I will roll out videos probably 2 or 3 times during the next few weeks to show you the different stages and what goes on. So anyways, again, please subscribe, hit the like button, get notified, and we'll be out there on the tube. So we'll talk to you later. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
If y'all would line up right directly behind his motorcycle.
Eddie, you'll get a good shot.
Coming in hot. There's a song called that, right?
Nice and slow. That was a nice dismount. Huh?
Very nice.